Hello there and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial we're going to create our own 3D shooter game for mobile. The only thing you need for this tutorial is to know the basics of Unity. Okay, now actually we want our game to be in URP graphics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Package Manager into Unity Registry and search for Universal RP. Hit install. After that we're going to right click here, go to create, go all the way down into rendering and create a URP asset with universal render. Name it whatever you want. I want to name it renderer. Then go up here, click edit, go to project settings, go to graphics, and here drag your renderer into this box. Click continue. Now we want to set the character that we are going to use as the player. I want to use this model as a placeholder for my game. Now one of the most important things we have to do is, because our game is for Android, we have to switch platform it to Android. So click File, go to Build Settings, and click Android, and then switch platform. At the very beginning of our game, what we need to care about is the player. The very first thing I want to do is to import the necessary animation. You can use any animation you want, but for now we just need a running animation, an idle animation, and a death animation. Now of course we need some weapons for our game. For my game I want to use this free package. Just click add to my assets, then inside package manager I hit download and then import. In my case the weapons are all pink. The reason for this is because we are using a URP project, but the material used on these weapons are not set to universal render pipeline. It's an easy fix. We just need to go to edit, rendering, material, convert selected built-in material to URP. Click proceed, and as you can see all the weapons have textures now. Now bring one of the weapons into your scene. I'm going to use this one. Maybe scale it up a bit. Now the next thing we want to take care of is the player's animations. So we want to right click here, go to create, and create an animation controller. Name it whatever you want. I want to name it the player controller. Now click on your player's game object and drag and drop the animation controller here. Make sure to check apply root motion and change always animated to cool update transfer. With your player's game object selected, go to animator tab. If you can't find the animator, go to window, animation, and animator. Now select all of your animations and bring them here. In my case the run animation is the default animation, but I want the idle animation to be default. So simply right click on it and set as default. Now select one of the transitions and expand settings and uncheck can transition to self. Now in the parameters tab, click this plus icon and create an integer. Now we have to name it. So I'm going to name it state. Now on our transitions, go all the way down to conditions, click on this plus, and make sure that the state integer we have set is equal. What we want to do here is basically we want to tell the game that if this integer was set to 0, go to idle animation, and if it was 1, go to run, and if it was 2, go to death. Back into the scene, we want to create an empty game object and name it gun holder. This game object is basically going to contain all of our weapons, and now we want to drag the weapon as a child of this game object. With our weapon selected, go to transform, hit these 3 dots and click on reset. Now open package manager, go to Unity registry and search for animation rig. Hit install. After you install the animation rig package, select your player, go to animation rigging and click on rig setup. Now right click on your player's game object and create 2 empty game objects. Now in here you have to make sure you have two game objects named rig. Select one of them, go to add component and add a two bone IK constraint. We want this to control the right hand of our player. So I'm gonna drag and drop this right hand IK to the target box. Now expand the rig of your character and find the right hand and drag it to this box. Now right click on this component and all the way down here click on auto setup. And now do the same for the left hand. Find the right hand bone of your character and drag the gun holder game object into it. Now we want to position the gun on our character's hand. So I'm going to reset all of this. And now we want to set up the animations of our player. Now if I play the animation, we get something like this. All you need to do is click on record, then click on this box, which is our right hand IK, and then position it in the way you want. Now we should get something like this, which if I play the animation, you can see it's all good. Now we want to do the same thing with the running animation. Later on, we want to take care of the player's movement and weapon shooting. But I think that's enough for today's episode. If you want, you can subscribe to keep up with the tutorial. See you in the next video.